Okay, guys, I have a really important update today, okay? I need to talk about something very serious, and it's about Oklahoma and Kansas. And I know, and there's actually a risk of a pretty significant tornado outbreak, but it's conditional. I will show you. So, yes, we do have a slight risk of severe weather. Remember, these things can overperform. We did have the June 21st, 2026 event, and right now there's a 5% CIG1 tornado risk for northern Oklahoma and southern Kansas. Now, here's why this is actually a bit concerning. And it's our tornado parameter values. Your SIG tours are actually pretty significant. Look here, guys. We're looking at values of up to what? Almost 7. So, like, this could be however, what you need is that you need storms to stay discreet. If those storms do stay discreet and and things come together the correct way, then we can have a more significant outbreak of severe weather and possibly even a tornado outbreak. And in our wind risk, it's a 30% wind risk right now for the panhandle of Texas, western Oklahoma, all of southern Kansas, and far southeastern Colorado. And we have a general wind risk stretching from central Wyoming all the way down into near Midland, Texas, and then all the way to New York, like to Roster. It's a massive wind risk today. And then we have a 15% wind risk, or hail risk, for northern Oklahoma, southern Kansas, and also some of southeastern Colorado, and the northern part of the panhandle of Texas. This also includes some of southeastern Missouri, including Joplin, I think. Yeah, that includes Joplin. And a extreme northwestern Arkansas. So we can see some large hail in these areas, and then our day 2 outlook is a marginal risk of severe weather, and it's a pretty big one too. We have a marginal risk of severe weather stretching from Miles City, Montana, all the way down into like the panhandle of Texas. Then that stretches all the way into Kentucky. It's a very, very large marginal risk of severe weather. And our tornado risk, we have a 2% tornado risk. I do think we could see a couple, maybe even a few tornadoes from northern Kentucky, southern Illinois, southern Indiana, and a sliver of Missouri. There. We could see a few tornadoes. These are not expected to be very strong tornadoes. We also have a 5% wind risk for pretty much that entire area in the marginal risk. And then our hail risk, that's going to be in southeastern Montana, eastern Wyoming, eastern Colorado. So get ready for that upcoming severe weather. And our day 3 outlook is currently a slight risk of severe weather for North Dakota, Montana, generally this area. And our probabilistic is we do have a hatch, so there's something significant that could happen in this area. And then our day 4 outlook is another slight risk of severe weather, mainly for North Dakota and Canada. And then we also have the day 5 outlook, which I think Monday could be relatively significant. If we see the correct environment set up on Monday, we could see a relatively significant tornado outbreak with strong, intense, possibly even violent tornadoes. But it's quite early right now, so we'll give you more updates throughout the week. And and then we don't have any more data after that. Alright, and then weight gain and movement disorders were not common.
Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke. Caplyta is not approved for dementia-related psychosis. Call your doctor about new or sudden mood changes, behaviors, or suicidal thoughts right away. Antidepressants may increase these risks.
And then here's your winds across the United States, which and it's going to be pretty windy across Texas today. And then there will also be some winds in this general area in the northern plains. And I mean, if you're on the East Coast, it's going to be there's not going to be too much wind. So yeah. And then I'm gonna take a look at our timing of severe weather, mainly for today, which we're expecting some which again, like for example, we see a little discrete cell right here, like what the HRRR model is showing. Then this could produce some pretty significant severe weather and tornadoes. You even see a hood there, where you can see where there's one near Newton. There's one near Great Bend, actually in Great Bend. And this line of storms is going to be the less significant tornado threat. If these storms cluster together too quickly, then that could become a line of storms, and that's the reason why our tornado risk is more conditional. But like if we see discrete cells, then we're almost certainly going to have some tornadoes, and we could have a tornado outbreak, at least a small scale one, and we could see some strong, and I wouldn't even rule out intense tornadoes. Let's go to our temperatures for the day, and what this is, or actually, hang on, I'm gonna go to use GFS model here. It's not perfect, but here's what the GFS model is showing in terms of our temperatures. And as I've mentioned before, we have a bit of heat coming to the United States. This is showing temperatures going into like the 100, 105 degrees, possibly even 106. That's in Texas. That's normal. And then we're going to generally have a lot of heat across the general central United States, across late June and early July, but we could actually see some pretty significant heat up here in the northern plains. Is what this model is showing. And then in the Ohio Valley, you guys, including the state of Kentucky, you guys will start dropping off of those temperatures. And then I will show you the humidity. And humidity across the general eastern United States and central United States is high. We have a lot of humidity out there right now, but it may be getting a little less humid, but it's still going to be very humid generally across the eastern to central United States. So I'd be getting ready, because it's going to be humid and hot out there in the central and eastern United States. And then total precipitation. But generally, our precipitation across the United States, we're going to see a bit of rainfall here across the central United States, including eastern Kansas and western Missouri. And then we're going to see some rain in the Ohio Valley as well. And across Missouri, we could see possibly up to 6 inches of rain, which is pretty significant. But I'm not sure if this is going to stand together, if that's just our general amount of rainfall overall over the next few weeks. But get ready for a bit of rainfall across the United States. So anyways, that will be the ending of today's forecast. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Leave a like on this video if you do. And spread the word of the weather, and then spread the word of the gospel as well. And I'll see you in the next one.